Good afternoon. This is actually the third time that the Trust Act gets introduced in our state legislation. The difference this time is that the governor has promised to work with us and to work with the author of the bill to find a common ground and a bill that it's acceptable to him. We are ready to engage in this dialogue this morning. That dialogue open.
We know that every day without a Trust Act means that more and more people who are peaceful contributors to our society are being unconstitutionally removed from our midst, separated from their families, taken out of their workplaces, and taken out of their communities. So we are here to fully endorse the Trust Act and identify it as our top legislative priority for California in the session.
We are here together in unity as a coalition is to demand from Governor Brown that he do right by the immigrant community, that he do right by the families of California. The Trust Act will allow immigrant families to feel confident that when they pick up the phone to call the police, they will not be then facing immigration authorities. It's as simple as that. We're going to make sure that the families of those impacted are actually at the forefront of this fight. And most importantly, we're going to make sure that the governor does not forget that when he asks of us to stand with him for the betterment of California, we're there. Now the question to the governor is, are you going to be with our families when we need you, especially in protecting us against deportation?
With the possibility of immigration reform nationally, this is the time for California to be a model in support of immigrant communities. We must show that we will not accept unnecessary detentions at state expense, at the expense of community trust. Poll after poll has shown that Californians don't want mass deportations, and it's time to take the public seriously. Let's pass the Trust Act, and let's call upon Governor Brown to sign the Trust Act. Californians deserve it.
When I served on the San Francisco Police Commission, I spent a lot of time speaking with police officers to understand what we could do to make communities more safe. And often what was the number one solution that they offered was to have the community work more closely with the police. As a public safety measure, it's critical, because if I am here with my documents, if I'm here as an immigrant, if I'm here as a multi-generation resident of California, I am also safer. I am also safer when my neighbors feel confident, feel secure in contacting law enforcement to report serious crimes. And when they don't, because they feel that they are not safe, then I am less safe as well.
So our hope is that at the national level, we move on a solution, which is immigration reform, just in humane immigration reform. But at the state level, immediately we need to pass priority legislation, which is the Trust Act. Because in the meantime, until we get to immigration reform, we have thousands of people who continue to be deported. And unfortunately, they get to the hands of ICE through the hands of our local police, through our local sheriffs. And so we cannot continue to have that, and our governor can actually, really begin real action and concrete steps by passing the Trust Act. We've already engaged with him. He says he's open to it. We're willing to work with him on the legislation itself to make it better, to really inform him and educate him as to how protecting immigrants and their U.S. citizen children from deportation is going to move our state forward.